name's Andrew, and this is Alpha State of Mind. So today I wanted to discuss kind of the reason I love this car. So I've driven a handful of cars in my life. I've only ever owned 3 cars. I started out, my first ever car was a 2005 Hyundai Elantra. That thing was something. It was my first ever car. Sure as hell didn't win any beauty pageants, no performance pageants or anything. It was a car to get me from point A to point B, and that's what it was. Then when that car died, I had the transmission seize on it. I got a 2015 Subaru Impreza, and it was a great car. At the time I was working landscaping, mowing grass, hardscaping, snow removal, stuff like that. So having a car that was all-wheel drive, so I knew I could get around in the snow and anything like that, was a godsend. And it was a fun little car for the time. And then my third car, the Alfa Romeo Giulia TI Sport, and I genuinely think I'm gonna probably have this car until either the frame rusts out or something else. Damn, there was a Quadro that just drove by in the green that I absolutely love. That was a stunning car. Sorry, but yeah, I love this car. I don't ever see me getting rid of it. I just will add another car to the garage instead. So I absolutely love this car. Originally I test drove this car 2-3 years ago. When I first test drove it, I was test driving the TI Sport. I test drove the Veloce. I test drove the Sport. I test drove the TI, and I test drove the base model. And I fell in love with the brand itself. Just the steering response is so sharp, and any little input you put into it, it feels and it responds. This car just is meant to drive, which is the reason I love it. It's one of those things that you can put this car into a turn and it won't shy away. You won't have to really ease off. You can put it into that corner and then throttle out and have a smile on your face the whole time, which is what I love. My knowledge of cars is restricted. I wouldn't say I know a lot, but I wouldn't say I don't know the bare minimum. So this is essentially a learning experience all the way around. I've done basic maintenance on all of my cars that I've ever owned, and I feel competent enough to change air filters, oil filters, brakes, catalytic converters, stuff like that. I'm comfortable with. There's a few things that I've yet to do myself, like wheel bearings and other stuff like that I have no experience in, but I'm eager to learn, which is what I think is going to make this car so exciting, because it has such a limited platform in the United States that I think there's less than a dozen content creators in the United States with Alfa Romeos. So it's a good change of pace, and I'm eager to learn more about the bones, body, and what makes this car tick. But this is just kind of the first month I've really owned this car, and just my daily driving impressions of it. I can't see myself ever hating this car. The outside style, you know, from the iconic V grille, the wonderful, wonderful full leather interior. There's just something about this car that you can look at it and it's visually pleasing. And then when you get behind the wheel with it, you don't want to ever get out of the car. But right now we're gonna go head over to a auto detailer. They're gonna do a full inside-outside detail on this baby girl. Get her all sparkly and pretty. I have a couple events I have to go to this weekend. I have a graduation party, I have a barbecue, I have a car show. I have a car show to go to tomorrow morning. How could I forget? So we're gonna go get this baby detailed, clean her up a little bit, make sure she's sparkling, and then we're gonna get some primetime photos. I've yet to really do any photos of this car yet. So that's what we're gonna do tomorrow with the car show. We're gonna get there a little bit early, kind of set up away from everybody, and get some solo shots of the Alfa Romeo. I know there's supposed to be one other Alfa owner. He owns a Stelvio. He mentioned he might be in attendance tomorrow. So looking forward to that. But we'll pick it up when we get to the auto detailer.